Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well and staying very safe. Today, I'm going to tell a story that I like to call the Cliffside Tipover. So, to keep in line with the me almost dying track, I'm going to tell a story that happened to not only me this time, but 3 out of the 4 members of my family. I guess 4 if you would account the stranded mom one, but it's okay. So, this took place back in, I believe, 2013. And my family, or my dad, owns an H2 Hummer. So if you don't know what an H2 Hummer is, it's a really big truck, and it has 4-wheel drive, and it's a really nice truck. And my family's also incredibly adventurous. We love to take adventures and travel and just basically do whatever. Just a random thing like, oh yeah, let's just try this out. So on this faithful day, we have found I don't remember what it's called. I think it's a trailing. No, I don't remember the exact term for it, but it's where you take four-wheelers or jeeps or trucks, just and go like rock climbing with them or trailing with them or go mudding or things like that. And this business was called Winrock. That was the name of the mountain. So all 4 of us loaded up in my dad's Hummer and we headed out. The drive was probably about an hour and 20 minutes away. So by the time we got there, we were ready to go. We had been pent up, frustrated with the drive, just ready to actually get some action going. And they on this trail, I guess you would call it, it had more than one trail. I can't really the park. I guess it gets more like it. It's more like a park. When we got there, they gave us a little handy dandy map, and it had different trail lines, different severities of trails. So they had from super easy where you can do it on a 4-wheeler to incredibly hard where you need a winch to get up mountains. I mean, it's incredibly difficult. And I don't know why we did this, but we decided to give our mom the map, because, and God bless her heart, she's normally such a good navigator. She gets us out of the tight spots, but I don't know what was with her today, but she just did not do a very good job. And as the day progressed, things got more and more severe. Just the terrain got from slight little bumps, little muddy puddles to mud puddles the size of the car, up to the door handle. No exaggeration, up to the door handle. Cracks in the road, and this stuff was all in an uphill mountain. It was a big incline mountain, so it can get very dangerous really, really quick. And we're probably an hour and a half into this, and we thought we couldn't continue just because it was getting so difficult for our truck to handle. I mean, rocks were hitting it. We were tipping back and forth. It was almost dangerous. We could have easily died, which we almost did. Coming up to a trail, it got to the point it was so bad that we literally had to get out of the car and scout ahead to see if we could actually continue this trail. And we found a spot. It was a super dangerous spot, super precarious, that we weren't for sure if we could actually cross with our Hummer. But being the family we are, we're like, we got this. Let's wing it. What's the worst that could possibly happen? We roll down the mountain and die? That's a Sunday afternoon for us. It's fine. So that's what we did. Our mom went ahead of the little spot, and she kind of told us what it was, and she kind of directed us. So it was me, my dad, and my brother. We were all in the car. And as we approached this spot, we looked at each other and were like, what in the hell is this? This precarious situation, this spot in the trail, it was probably, no exaggeration, a 70-degree incline, almost sideways, almost like this. It had a big mound in the center of it, so it had 2 separate paths, but it was super narrow, only about 2 car lengths wide. Mind you, we're in a big truck, a big, 4-person big truck, so it's really difficult for us to fit through. And along one of the paths is a crack in it, a big gash, almost a gorge down the center of it. And it drops off the mountain, literally drops off the cliffside. And by this point in time, like I said, we're an hour and a half into this. We are so high up this mountain that it's terrifying. You look down, you can yell. It's one of those things you can look down and you can see your house. I mean, you're that far away and you're just that high up. But we decided to take this. We know we had no space to turn around, so we knew we just had to gun it and go for it. So as Mom was sitting there going yeah, come on, you're good, come on, keep her going back. all the three of us were looking at each other like, we're gonna die here. This is where we die. So thank God my dad is such a good driver. Oh, if he wasn't, we would have died. So he decides to take the path on the right, the one with the gorge, the giant slit down the center where you fall off, you die. Because the path on the left, you couldn't get through. It was too narrow. We couldn't fit through it. So he gunned it, and we hit it. We could feel the thunk of the car hit the rocks. And it started, and at this time, my brother and I looked at each other with nothing but fear in our eyes. And we just looked at each other, and we felt the car start to tip. And about this time, I look over, I just see the edge of the cliff. I just see the world below me. All that's going through my mind is, God, please don't let me die here. I have so much more that I want to do with my life. And about this time, my dad throws his weight to one side, shifts us back over, and he guns it again, and our wheels hit the ground, and we get going. I mean, we basically gunshot out of this little hole. And we go flying, and it's a miracle we survived. When we got out to inspect the damages to the car, there were holes in some of it was like the step bar to our metal, like our steel step bar to get into the truck. There was holes in it, gashes out of it. I mean, probably I think there's a dent or two in the back of the truck. I mean, it was some stupid damage for the safety for this trail was supposed to be on in this big truck. But all I remember is looking over at my brother and just looking at him, and he and I lock eyes. And we know what's fixing to happen. It's in that moment we made peace with our lives. And to this day, he and I both refuse to ever go back to that Wind Rock Trail. Because all we know from that is death and fear. Thank you guys so much.